On this next episode of I Didn't Even Know New York City had a museum about itself. We're in, as the hook very clearly just said, the Museum of the City of New York. Not to be confused with the swirly one that looks like a German cinnamon roll or the place with the giant whale hanging from the ceiling. This one's different. This place has the entire story of New York City, from stolen Lenape land to luxury condos. They've got the real stuff here. The gritty, layered, messy, immigrant-built, protest-soaked, rat-infested, blood-sweat-and sidewalk kind of history. Not just dates and plaques, but the why, the who, the what the hell happened here, and how did we survive it kind of history. This kind of place would make even the most neurotic NYU historian bust a scholarly nut in his khakis. As soon as you step in, you're hit with marble floors, mahogany banisters, and a chandelier called Starlight, with over 5,000 suspended LEDs. Arranged like a glowing 3D star map, it looks like it was engineered by God on Adderall and a Red Bull IV drip. My first stop was downstairs. You walk into Timescapes, narrated by Stanley Tucci, the Super Bowl pasta salesman himself, who explains 400 years of New York history like it's an HBO pilot. It's part documentary, part dream sequence, part architectural roast. His voice walks you through colonial conquest, immigration waves, economic booms, and subway rats, explaining how this city went from beaver pelts and corporate land grabs to a place where girls named Kaylee pay $22 for a bagel with lox. On the floor above is another exhibit called New York at its core, which sounds like a shitty Will Smith movie, but is actually a civics class with edge. You start in Port City, where Henry Hudson shows up looking for spices and accidentally kicks off 400 years of land theft and real estate scams. It's all Dutch greed and enough colonial smugness to make you want to slap a map. Then it bleeds into World City, where immigrant hustle meets industrial boom and Manhattan real estate turns into the world's most corrupt game of Monopoly. Hundreds of artifacts, a wall of motion-triggered silhouettes from Jay-Z to Andrew Carnegie, and a film that hits like a history lesson on crack. Then there's Above Ground from the Martin Wong graffiti collection. It's like Beat Street under gallery lights. The art that once got you arrested now is getting tax receipts. You'll find legends like Lady Pink, Futura 2000, Days, Crash, Street Kings turned fine artists. The walls are alive with aerosol history, from taggers dodging cops to canvases hanging in curated frames. These works were donated by Martin Wong in 1994, literally preserving the era when subway graffiti roared out of the tunnels and into museum halls. Amanda Fingbody-Pakia's Raise Your Voice doesn't hang quietly, it confronts. It looks like a coloring book got radicalized. Bold lines, acid brightness, faces that stare right through you. This wasn't made to match your couch. This was made for 2020, when these images covered the city like grief graffiti. And right next to it, there's Activist New York, an exploration into the protests, movements, and everyday people who've fought for change in this city. You see the young lords handing out brooms in East Harlem, Chinatown hand laundry workers fighting discrimination, women's liberation posters. It's like a barista from Bushwick's tote bag threw up on the walls. My favorite part? The prohibition section. It's wild to see how hard New York tried and failed to be sober. The posters, the raids, the underground bars pretending to be florists. It made me appreciate just how deeply this city runs on resistance and rye whiskey. But the real gem of it all, seeing all these groups in one space. Black, brown, queer, immigrant, poor, every voice that shaped the city is here. And right after you hit Songs of New York, an interactive sound floor where each borough plays its anthem when you step on it. Naturally, I stomped Queens till Tribe Called Quest came up. It's basically a musical pressure plate for ADHD historians. And if you didn't know New York birthed every genre except country, and who the heck listens to country anyway, this room will fix that fast. Up on the top floor, there's an exhibit dedicated to dance called Urban Stomp, a time capsule of 200 years of New York's underground moves. From Lindy Hop to Bhangra, salsa to house, breakbeats to Vogue. It's sweaty, it's sequined. You've got giant video walls showing you how to dance, like actually teaching you, like you're about to embarrass yourself at your cousin's quinceañera. and somebody finally intervened. There's Celia Cruz's heels, Big Daddy Kane's Dapper Dan tracksuit, smoke machines, disco lights, an entire Frankie Manning quilt sewn from rhythm and regret. It's a curated reminder that I'm painfully uncoordinated. And then there's the Stettheimer dollhouse, a perfectly preserved miniature fantasy of New York's upper crust. Real miniature paintings, tiny chandeliers, a hauntingly glamorous vibe, like Edith Wharton's fever dream in 1/12 scale. And if you've ever fallen in love with New York through a screen, this next room might break you. From Do the Right Thing to The French Connection, from When Harry Met Sally to The Warriors, it's all here. Scenes from the city, filmmaking in New York, is a love letter to every frame ever shot on these streets. Every chase scene, kiss scene, breakdown, beatdown, cab ride, train stop, lonely walk, explosive scream. New York didn't just host movies, it became a genre. It's every movie scene ever filmed in New York City. This room made me want to cry, punch a wall, update my letterbox, and get a SAG card. And finally, past the protest flyers and a kid doing Fortnite dances on Staten Island, there was Shirley Chisholm at 100. She was the first black woman in Congress, the first to run for the Democratic nomination. Not a trailblazer, a system breaker. The original Bronx cheer in a room full of men choking on their own importance. The exhibit ran from 2024 to July 2025. No spotlight, no stage, just 3 rooms, quietly holding one of the loudest legacies in American politics. I love this museum. It's the perfect place for a date night, a solo spiral, or a refresher on where the heck you're from. So come to the museum. It won't fix your rent, but it might show you who broke it. And hey, thanks for watching.